to stay in a functional playable state, that means the devs have to release either server binaries or somehow carve off the game to be a single-player experience. Some way to keep it functionally playable. Now, many of you are requesting, yes, I should do the server binaries so that I can go and make private servers for it. But that doesn't make a lot of sense. And the reason why is because it leaves developers open to abuse. So let's explore that. Let's say that you made a live service game. Maybe it's an MMO, maybe it's something else, right? And let's say that I want to monetize that game, but you don't allow monetization of the game by any other party. This makes sense because most creators don't allow it. You can't just take someone else's art and profit off it. Normal, right? So then I go, well, how am I going to force you to do this?
If it's recreated, I don't think you should have to give it out, but if it's recreated, then that's fine. Absolutely. Yeah, no, you shouldn't. Yeah, but if you want to recreate it, go ahead. Recreation is not illegal. It absolutely is. Of course it is. What are we talking about? Yeah, that's illegal. I know, but that's the problem. Yeah, that's the issue.
At end of life. So I hit you with a ton of bots. I hit you with a ton of exploits. I attack your community. I destroy your Reddit. I go after your business. I go everywhere that I possibly can to make this cost as much as it possibly can.
Commander, the Greenskins continue to...
The exact same thing happened in TFTs. The massive amount of bots that were attacking the game. This is not infeasible. This is something...
The Orc Assault is about to begin, Commander. The Greenskins will target the generators powering the array. If those fall, the relay will be theirs.
And it is very easily attainable today. And let's say that this goes on long enough, right? Your game dies because you can't afford it. And your studio has to shut down.
Devastator Marines ready for combat.
You now have to
entering the building. Set a firing position there. Make ready, brothers.
Reposition and monetize. Some people have said, well, simply don't allow monetization of the server.
Hold the line, brothers.
Of that, if you want to go the other route and say the company has to go and control it, well, what if the company's not around anymore?
Yeah, they can't do it.
Commander, our connection with the secure communications array has been lost. We will be without vital information regarding our foes on this...
Do allow monetization, because now I can just kill off your company and then monetize the server and no one will ever come after me. Now it's even more of a problem. So allowing
Well,
monetization.
we already have this. Like, for example, like we have this with things like Turtle WoW and like Ascension WoW, which both of those games have like components to it that are pay to win. And so you have people that are maliciously monetizing online
Commander,
live service
we have
games
located a
in private
substantial-
servers. It's actually quite common.
Interpretation of this work is strictly worse. And for those of you out there that say, "Oh, this can be done right now. I could just destroy your studio and take your stuff anyway."
Yeah.
This allows WoW to be
I don't really think that
Commander,
Gal
our
is-
scanners placed a warp spider in the position marked on your
A
map.
lot of the people that are doing
We will
this
not
are
stay there for
people
long.
where you can't really
We should
enforce
move.
anything, like they're in
Agreed, but watch for traps.
So I don't think that
Target
is the issue
eliminated.
at all. That's not really the reason why it doesn't happen.
Get to that
Tactical shift.
Let's fly.
That, like, putting and setting up a bunch of bots and exploits and trying to ruin a game. Like, I know that I think this lawsuit was in Germany and it was with Blizzard. And Blizzard won the lawsuit
Target
against the
spotted.
botting
Prepare
company
for
called
combat.
Glider, because Glider was found to be
Destination
intentionally
confirmed.
and
Adjust your
maliciously
positions.
damaging their game for profit.
Jet
So,
be
like,
vigilant.
that's already illegal. So,
Eldar down.
you wouldn't even get to the first step, get to the second step. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see that happen. I don't.
Scenario on YouTube and Discord,
Command.
Reddit, a bunch of other locations. I gotta put up
Repositioning.
evidence.
Adjust your positions.
Vigilant. Enemy located.
So, in the most extreme, people said,
See no potential.
you don't get to define what players
One less Eldar to plague us.
Make a video. You can
Tag him to that.
This way.
players cannot play a certain type of game. This is absolutely. You can easily do that. There are already laws like that in other countries, and some of them even here.
define what developers will
Yeah.
Reposition.
You should not have
Advance.
creative control
Be
over
vigilant.
developers, and you should not have control over what's in my Steam library or on my phone. That doesn't make
We already do. You already do. There are already tons of laws and rules with what's allowed inside of the game and what's not. And also the way that it's yeah, it's already been like that.
Lots open. This way, brothers. Formation, brother.
It's not
Go.
really-
Be vigilant.
It's not the normal thing.
sense. Aside from that, the initiative does not have service games. It would just make it incredibly difficult to build systems in analog. Some
This is Avitus.
Eldar down.
realized that this was
Say it now. Under attack. Within their ranks.
Preparedness is all. Tactical squad.
Enemy leg.
One of our initiates has fallen.
Going
Make the game this way doesn't necessarily mean
Make
we'll
ready,
get-
brothers.
We'll get way less games.
Tactical squad repositioning.
Scout squad ready for orders. You get a lot of video games. And so, like, a lot of them just need to be live service. Yeah, exactly. Done by
More corpses.
towards without any consumer protection.
Tacticals with me, brothers.
Okay, well,
Advance.
this company is taking advantage of the consumers.
Brothers.
Then just don't buy the product. It's a dismissive argument, and it doesn't really work
movement up
whenever
ahead,
actually
brothers. One shot, one kill.
Eldar down.
These are games that require service. They require a lot of service to run. And
Conserving ammunition.
that's your position of this. You're disingenuous in what condition it's been put into.
You're right.
Remain vigilant, brothers.
People shouldn't be allowed to take it away from people. But you know who else shouldn't be allowed to take it away from people?
Let fly.
The developer shouldn't be allowed to take it away from them. That's the whole thing.
Your command this way. We will thin their ranks.
So the next one is that this is about games preservation.
This way.
Be vigilant.
Heading for that cover.
A good kill.
Enemy destroyed.
Not yet earned your
Require
place.
a number of players to play the match at the same time so that you can have an experience that is only able to contain through lots of
How can we tacticals for honor?
Be vigilant.
game. We need a bunch of people. How many of you have felt negatively when an MMO dies?
Oh, yeah.
Or when a live service game
Absolutely.
dies? Oh, dead game. There's only 5
Dead
people
game, yep.
online. Why would I play?
On this
So why would
repositioning.
you want to preserve it?
Be vigilant.
Sense.
On my mark. We will thin their ranks. Move quickly.
Formation, brothers. Go.
Hostile movement up ahead, brothers.
Well, I think it absolutely is, because if you
With me, Gunner. Direct our wrath.
there's a lot of private servers that are out there that are very popular. Like, you look at, for example, like Nostalgias, right? Blizzard had to shut down Nostalgias because of how popular it was. I don't really think that games preservation has anything to do with like the amount of people that are playing the game. I think it has to do with just the simple fact of being able to preserve the ability to play the game. Like, I don't think that a lot of people are playing ET on Atari. I would hope nobody is. However, I think it should be preserved for people to play it if they want to.
Be vigilant.
Stop there and go, but private servers.
Tactical squads, return fire.
The developers. The last thing that I got from this is it's the most reasonable.
Look alive,
This is-
brothers. A good kill initiated, but you have not yet earned your place.
This way, brothers.
If you collectively as a company send bots and exploiters to destroy the community,
Eldar down!
fill the air with flames!
Use a grenade.
I don't really see
Heading out.
In their ranks.
bad actors, at least in the start. Well, they will.
Brothers.
And if you give people the opportunity
At
to
your
be bad
command.
actors,
Heading there
be
now.
bad actors. This is always the case, and it's always like, I mean,
Misguided. Eldar have opened fire. Direct our wrath.
that's already happening. So yeah, I don't see that really being an issue.
Tactical
Be vigilant.
Why are you
Moving to
saying
cover.
just wait? I'm not going to wait.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm not going to wait is because I see the start of this conversation
to capture.
makes sense. It's not including the actual developer side of the conversation. It's not showing the trials and process.
Target sighted.
And it was for people who are actually playing games. They don't want to be recently quiet. And many
Objective
other
taken.
developers
I would argue
On the
that
attack.
the existing laws right now
Fire has a
More corpses.
We will thin their ranks.
because
Tactic
that's the
grenade
way
that
the laws
target.
are. Big surprise, guys. Here in the U.S.,
Your command.
a lot of
Enemy has us pinned.
big companies
that position.
Movies, like software. in
Our weapons
general,
are ready.
Like, there's a big problem.
Understood.
I think that
Entering
right now
building.
as a culture, we don't really understand.
Tactical squad, return fire.
Like all of these are not in the benefit of a customer. They are in the benefit of
Devastators.
giving the company. And I think that when you accept
Direct our wrath
on
on
the
you.
internet right now is very confusing because like
I'm
is it
quick.
acknowledged something like NFTs? Do we need to move back to using like physical copies? Do things like Steam need to have like local files installed so you can't just lose your whole account? These are really big questions that I think that we don't know the answer to. And I don't think anybody really knows the answer to this. You have to discuss what happens conversation. Absolutely.
Vigilant.
Yeah, but it's up to the companies if they want to sell their games or license them. That's their prerogative. But it's not up to the companies because a license is not real. A license is something that is enforced by a
In the
government.
field.
So
Hostiles purged.
and enforcing it.
The Eldar have opened fire. Your command?
The government does
Target
it because
destroyed.
The government says this is
Eliminate
legal.
the
Target that Eldar.
So no, I don't agree with that at all. I don't think so.
Eldar down.
Like, for example,
quick.
Move
no
quickly.
animal can own an object, right? Private property, like if you take this into a very big abstract, private property does not exist. The idea that you own something is not real. The only thing that says it's real
Enemy
is the
located.
government. If somebody comes over and takes your thing, then, well, you clearly didn't own it. What's protecting you? Nothing. So the fact is that, yes,
Repositioning.
absolutely, that's true.
Be vigilant.
Jail. That's
quick.
Repositioning.
Oh my god. But they call it taxes, and that's just the way it is.
Ready for battle. Target
So no, I
destroyed.
don't think that's a good argument at all.
Get to that
Be
position.
vigilant.
There. Moving up.
Going to be able to speak on this. As I explained before, it's really easy to lose your job if you're working in a major studio and try to speak on something like this.
Weapons fire has a fit.
More corpses. Get to that.
Move quickly.
This is what I do. So for those who are calling for me to just be silent, no. Well,
I don't think anybody wants Thor to be silent, and at least especially I don't. I think
Enemy
this is a
combatant.
really important
That position, brother. The enemy has claimed one of our battle
capitalism, yeah, everybody says this, right? But like, what is he saying? What he's saying.
Target that Eldar. Rest not. There are still targets to engage.
This is again, it's like low IQ, fucking internet. Oh, but what about you did this one thing? It's not. You're not thinking about an idea. You're thinking about a person. And in my opinion, I think that is a lower form of thinking. So yes, I don't want to be silent. I don't think so at all. As a developer, he has a different take than non-developers. That doesn't make his perspective invalid. No, and it also doesn't make Ross's perspective invalid, or Louis' perspective invalid, or like anybody else's perspective invalid. The fact is that if you buy a product, your perspective on what you do with that product is absolutely valid. Because you gave them money, and that's
Targets here under heavy auto fire.
For example, if you are banned from the official server,
Standard
this
movement.
is very different
With
than
whom?
having a
Vigilant.
license being revoked. I don't think anybody agrees that a company should have to provide server access to a person who's cheating.
How can we
Because
survive?
again, this goes it's like for me, this is like a. I look at a lot of things based off of that's exactly what a license is. No, a license is your ability to play the game. Period. Whereas
Field generators are deploying now, Commander. Additional generators will not be available until your next deployment.
Elden Ring. So Elden Ring, you can play on the official servers, and if you do that and you cheat, you get kicked off of the official servers and you get put somewhere else. So I think that it's absolutely fair for them to kick you off of that. That's totally fair. His main argument is that you're not buying the game. Stop hyper-focusing on license. Well, if you're not, I think that if you're not buying the game, then they shouldn't be charging you money for it.
Brothers,
Be vigilant.
That you shouldn't be able to spend money on it. If you're spending
This is
money on
evident.
something, you are entitled to something.
show me your fury. Enemy troops destroyed.
This seems a little bit unfair, doesn't it? This is a little bit unfair. So
Weapons
no, I
ready.
don't think so. You own nothing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this at all. No, I think this issue. Yeah, this is what I said before about live services. You can't own a service. Well, it's not about owning a service. And also, again, this is like going back to what I was saying, is that when you define something as a service, that doesn't necessarily make it a service. So, for example, like Adobe Photoshop or something like that. Why is it that you can't just buy Photoshop and then use it indefinitely? It's because Adobe says that you can't do that. How is that good for anybody else except for Adobe? That's ridiculous. Why do we allow people to do that?
There he is! Wait,
It's insane.
is he smiling?
So why are we allowing
Here you come,
Yeah,
my
they just want
good
to
prey.
So this is the problem.
Now if you would just think the further kindness of dying.
We bring reinforcements. Eliminate them.
Another angle, I think.
Not because they're gonna
Enemy must pay.
Mercy for the enemy. Squad eliminated.
I think that really
Let fly.
what I said about this
Under attack.
is that
Devastator Marines ready.
like
Come,
this is
surely you can do better.
Like 100%.
I see you did not quite think this through.
For example,
Return fire, brothers! Tactical Marines ready. He brings reinforcements. Eliminate them.
I am keen to learn what desperation does for you.
do what you want with what you want.
Commander.
A satisfying contest. I have learned much of your ways.
Down to you
I
can't do
thank
something
you
with something
for
you hate.
preparing me to meet your
Is there a reason for
friends.
that? No.
Your first
What about
strike
free-to-play
broke the
games like
Eldar
Riots?
Raiders' lines, Commander.
I don't think that they should.
If you strike again, you will likely succeed.
Does it get a lot more gray area when you can make money from the game, though? Yeah, it does get a little bit more gray, for sure. Why Nintendo should be able to shut down tournaments? Yeah, because there isn't one. You bought the game. You own the game. That's it. It's period. Like that there's nothing more to it. It's a total overreach over corporate power. Yeah, exactly. Massive overreach. Their argument is to control brand image. They don't have the right to suppress people's free expression in the pursuit of protecting their brand image. You don't have that right. Like, you gave that right away when you sold the product. Your brand image is not more important than my consumer rights.
Usually not clearly defined at point of sale, or they throw a giant TOS in front of you and it doesn't really do anything because people skip past it. If at point of sale it says specifically there's specific language stating that you are either
Not in
leasing-
Japan. Japan can't do anything in America. Japan doesn't shut anything down. Japan sends, like, if Japan, like, you realize we have different laws than Japan right now? Like, Japan doesn't enforce certain laws here because they can't. That's not how it works. Like, I'm not talking about in Japan. That's not my problem. I don't live in Japan.
just a license or anything along those lines that
Yeah.
you're not actually buying the game directly. I think it would go a long way to informing consumers of what they're doing and protect them from some of these business practices that they didn't realize they were engaging. That makes a lot more sense to me than force all developers to leave the game in a functional, playable state. And that's about it. That's all I really wanted to talk about with this. I hope that's clarified some things for some of you and some of the dangers that this can cause as it is currently written. If you're still mad about this, not much I can do about it. Outside of that, I'm going to be gone for the next 4 days, so if you expect me to respond or anything like that, and you think I'm ducking the issue or hiding in some way, I'm not. I'm just in Vegas because there's DEF CON going on.
Commander.
Convention. It's the first convention in 5 years. I can't wait to see my friends out there. So with that in mind, see y'all later.
Well, good for him. Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much the way that I see it. I think that a lot of people are not even really mad about. As I said before, I don't really
Commander,
really see
our scanners place the warp spider in the position marked on your map.
He will not stay there for long. We should move. Agreed. But watch for traps.
How people can use them after that. And so, yeah, that's at least my perspective on it, right? Is leaving no notes? Yeah, for sure, right? Normalized personal vacation, yeah, of course. Why is he dodging the guy talking about it? Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think that the reason why people are mad at him is because of the language that he used talking about the. I think that, like, you shouldn't have to.
Our weapons are ready.
But, like, all I'm saying is.
Adjust your position, squad.
Tactical shift.
Hostiles purged.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Moving to that
It's
position.
so disgusting. Right, and like, to me, like, I've had this probably the same with Ross, too. Like, all of us, as far as I know, all men and women
More
the whole
corpses.
life. There is nothing at all
Heading out.
that's going to, like, offend me by the way that somebody talks about something that I'm saying, right? Like, I didn't even, like, I saw him say that.
Under suppression.
Sure. My signatures.
Moving to cover.
I hope it's like it again. And the position is a starting point for a conversation. where I think about it. That's how I think about it. Again, I think Thor brings up some good points. I think the developer should be involved in this conversation.
Be vigilant.
And I feel like that would be beneficial.
Going for the brush.
So yeah, that's the way that I see it. And I also think that when a person
Going there
buys
now.
something,
Target
you can't just
acknowledged.
leave it
Now
out
can
to
we
ownership.
Under suppression fire.
One of our generators.
Eldar down.
Games that I
With me, brothers, and
This way.
So you're saying that like you can't show a Blu-ray? Well, I would argue that that's not really true because you can also. So what you're looking at is transformative content, and whether that transformative content is acting as a market replacement to the initial product. So I don't agree with you saying
Hostile squad eliminated.
different than playing the game or owning the game yourself.
Get to that this way.
So I see what you're saying, and I think that's
Devastators under enemy attack.
argument for movies would be that
This
you
way.
can't
Move
walk
quickly.
inside talking about the movies.
Target destroyed.
That is separate and not a market.
With me. Move quickly.
So I don't agree with you.
Offer them no easy targets.
The legality of things doesn't really matter.
Target sighted.
Target acknowledged. Yeah, that's totally irrelevant.
All Eldar.
It's easy. Yeah, something being legal doesn't make it right. You have to follow the law. You always follow the law. Don't be like, oh, well, I don't believe
This
in
is
it.
only
a word.
Let's fly.
We will thin their
And
ranks.
that's, I think, that what
Standard move. Conserving ammunition.
Get formation. Move quickly.
This game, for many others, including myself, represents what many of us have been asking for a long time, which is just a game that's a game. Gives us the experience. That's exactly what this game is.
Imagine that.
Damn good one. Yeah. Fabricated controversies and criticism steeped in biases. This game is persevering. It sent shockwaves across the industry.
It's because all of the IGN articles, like, about like how the game company is bad, all the time.
Target destroyed. Get to that
Repositioning.
Deformation, brothers. Go.
Target
Direct our battle.
there is people that try to stop it. What it means for me
This way.
part about the whole controversy is the
Welcome to
idea
Sir
that
Chapter's
all
recruits.
the
Stand
players
ready.
in China, like,
Be vigilant.
so what does that mean?
Can you elaborate on what that means to you? Oh, they're all Chinese. Okay, all right. So,
We have them.
Concentrate fire.
Ongoing multiplayer experience,
This way, brothers.
Move quickly.
Conserving ammunition.
content updates. They argued that single-player games are irrelevant.
Weapons ready.
Too niche to sustain in an era where constant innovation, monetization,
Target killer. Direct our wrath. Reposition.
Vigilant.
Players have been yearning for a well-crafted,
This is
story-driven
Avitus.
experience that delivers on its money, telling the tale of one of the greatest, one of the
Enemy
richest
combatants in
games
the field.
played. I feel like a lot of people.
One less Aldar to play.
It's like not play well, then it's bad. It's like New World. New World is a great example of a game that does not play well. Deadlock plays so fucking well. Well, it's a Valve. Like Overwatch plays well.
This way.
Player preferences
They're not real.
change with
It's people in China.
the change that the industry no longer.
Such is the fate of the enemies of man. Losing conserving ammunition.
I really like that.
Understood.
I think that's super
Going
cool.
there
The
now.
idea that
Remain
like,
vigilant.
and, like, you know, it's like Elden Ring comes out
First
and like
and once
everybody in
and for
China
all.
and Japan and like Russia.
Direct our target eliminated.
We're using Unreal Engine 5, and we already see the history with some of those games.
Tactical.
Be vigilant.
As many people
Taking position by the
but it's
wall.
real. It's so real that it doesn't feel real when you're playing it. This is one of the
Tactical shift. Target
the creativity, originality,
And keep in mind that stop action cutscene
Move quickly.
then later on led to a quest line that was in another act that happened in the past. It was just insane.
Destination.
The cutscene's beautiful, yeah. This game redeemed Unreal 5 for me. You know what, man? Because there's been a lot of games that have been.
Rest not. There are still targets to engage.
quality and beauty of this game is something that many modern developers
Target
can't
destroyed.
Deal with that.
but it's an experience that players have been needing for a long time.
Tactical Marines awaiting orders.
It's just a damn good game. It's not revolutionizing
Three brothers.
Be vigilant.
It's just delivering a high-quality experience at a fair price. I'm a little over 3 hours into the game, and I just want time playing as shit.
Say it now before the cleansing begins.
Tactical Marines awaiting orders. Reposition. Target spotted. More corpses.
Black Myth was very popular.
Get to
Repositioning.
Oh, I don't know about that.
game, I was already seeing the enemy type, learning new patterns, attack patterns from them.
Compare that with Dragon's Dogma 2. Dragon's Dogma 2, which should have been as good as Elden Ring. It should have been.
Weapons ready.
Be vigilant.
Yeah, over the last few years, I've been so exhausted. Generic, AAA reskinning. Studios spend hundreds of millions of dollars, but they just keep copying and pasting the same enemy over and over.
Be vigilant. Movement up ahead, brothers. Excellent, Space Marines.
Because, like, I'm very much
All Eldar
figuring out everything about them. So, like,
Preparedness is all. Courage.
Cyrus here. Battle ready.
Eldar have opened fire. One less Eldar to play with. Tarkus here.
Where's Starfield? Who cares, actually? I don't even know where it is. No, whenever I play games, I want to
Yes,
go
Commander.
all the way into
Advance.
those games. 200? Yes, I am level 200 in Starfield. That's correct. That's right. There's not an achievement for it. There's an achievement for level 100. There's not.
Fall into position. Initiate.
200 is the same.
Be vigilant.
Whenever I play games, I do so.
Onward then.
Black Myth Wukong does not let you go. This game sends out flashes of brilliance every step. Reimagine what the experience of a semi-linear action game can be.
We need only a word.
Our weapons are ready.
This was so good. Yeah.
Brothers.
Be vigilant.
I was already impressed with how jaw-dropping and gorgeous this game is. However,
I'm also like a small thing is
Chapters
going back
recruit,
to
stand
previous
ready.
acts and having things to do in those previous acts. It makes the game feel like it's more immersive and it's less linear.
Enemy located.
Like,
There he is! Wait. Is he smiling? Here you come, my good prey. Just the kindness of dying. Come, surely you can do better.
He brings reinforcements. Eliminate them.
Another angle, I think. I am keen to learn what desperation does for you.
He brings reinforcements. Eliminate them.
I see you did not quite think this through. It is the way of nature. A predator stumbles, and he becomes prey.
actually, like, really emphasize the
Order that to
He considered us mere prey.
creates a more
No
cohesive and
longer.
comprehensive experience, right?
Make righteousness.
Cyrus here.
Like, for example,
Battle
Darkest ready.
I tried to look up like the world and everything. And I give people
Victory is but a prelude to the next battle.
I think it adds a lot to the
The artistry and imagination of this play ripped me away from any other distractions. My attention was fully on the game. My respect was fully on the game. After this, I started taking notice to every sight and sound in the game. How well crafted some of the statues were. How areas never seemed to repeat
Excellent
themselves.
work, Commander.
How the music would
Without
flow in
warp
and out,
spiders
trying
stirring
to
up the
evoke
orcs,
very
Typhon is
specific
far more
emotion depending on
secure.
what you were doing
It
or
still
where.
remains unclear what the Eldar hope to gain by provoking the orcs. Whatever their purpose, the Eldar are using all their trickery to disrupt communications outside the sector. We are uncertain how
I
they
don't
are
know,
managing
like,
this,
what the
but our
rat does or
astropath
anything, but
described
he's
their
my favorite
interference
character.
as a shadow across the warp.
A shadow across the warp. Those were their exact words?
Yes, those were their exact words, Cyrus.
Oh, yeah,
We have
yeah,
more
well,
immediate
yeah.
problems, however. Mech Badsappa is mounting another offensive on the capital, and I need to see to our defenses. Secure Typhon quickly. I could use you back here soon. Thule out.
Why so concerned with the ravings of astropaths, Cyrus?
No reason. I just hope that casting a shadow across the warp is an ability the Eldar truly have, for all our sakes.
Overall experience of playing this game is. There is a timeless appeal to a game like
I think
this.
that there's a lot of worry inside of, I think, like development studios that places other than, I would say, like them, could be making games that can compete with them. So I feel like a Chinese-made game in some capacity is a threat by the nature of the fact that it's a Chinese-made game. Is it now you're having like competition from another place that you can't control that the market can also use as well? Right? The bar gets raised. Well, it is that the bar gets, it's more competition, right? It shouldn't be? Yeah, but that's the way it is. Game science has substantial for
Commander, the Greenskins continue to attack vulnerable targets.
different aspects of the game.
A communications array has come under attack from an orc horde. They seek to loot and destroy this important structure. These arrays improve our communications across the subsector and allow us to monitor enemy movements. We cannot afford to lose that advantage.
Satisfying than the vast majority of games I've played over the last few years. And this is one of the reasons why I love seeing smaller studios and new studios come up, is because they get it. They still remember that a game is art first and a product second. And when you're a company like Game Science and you pour everything into a game because it's the game that you want to make and you love what you're making, well, this is the end result. A game that gets...
I think that, like, it's just... I feel like games are art and they're also a product, and it really depends on like kind of where you want to draw that line. But at the end of the day, I think the problem is when the people who are doing the art feel like their vision is more important than what players want. And I think that the best example of this was like Shadowlands and WoW. So like in World of Warcraft, there was an expansion that came out, and there was like 7 or 8 different features in this expansion. There were like huge handicaps for players that people didn't like having to deal with. And people brought this feedback up.
The orc assault is about to begin, Commander.
They were like, we don't like this.
The Greenskins will target the generators powering the array. If those fall, the relay will be theirs.
That's the issue, right? It's not that games are a
Devastator
product
Marines
or
ready for
art,
combat.
We need
but
only
the
a word.
fundamental is that the art has to appeal to an audience.
Brothers,
that message across, then it makes a lot of money. Profit comes after.
Be vigilant.
You have to make a great game.
What do they have to do? They
When I look
did
at
everything.
failures like Concord or
Tactical
I look at how
marine
poorly
positions.
Starfield
Brothers,
was
where
by
you go?
fans, I start seeing studios that have
Up ahead.
target destroyed. Taking position. Readiness is all.
generator.
Right? Is like the media doesn't have control over like the way that a video game is perceived in China. Right? Like some American media company doesn't have control over that, so they don't like it. They want to push it down because like people are afraid of what they can't control.
Commander, our connection with the secure communications array has been lost. We will be without vital information regarding our foes on this planet until it is recaptured.
I need you to return to Calderis as soon as possible. We are receiving numerous reports of local vegetation mutating and attacks by hordes of leaping.
Find them relevant and take their criticism seriously.
Because I'm a legitimate journalist.
Everybody's favorite gaming reviewers in Kotaku took to writing a lengthy review of Black Myth Wukong painted in a temper tantrum. With the introduction reading, "There's a moment in Black Myth Wukong where it is the perfect visual metaphor for the game's hopeful, proud ascension as China's big breakthrough into the Western AAA pantheon. Unfortunately, that moment is restricted, and we can't talk about it."